Okay, well, it is still Wednesday, April the 28th. I should know the date because it just said it. Well, not just said it. It's been a minute. I did the Kit Kat or these are not Oreos. I just said Kit Kat Oreo. Key lime pie Kit Kat taste test. Got that done. It's all posted. I looked at the Drag Race España cast. España. Because that was released. And now I'm making this. I'm pretty sure I know what this is, but as you can clearly see, it is from Blockbuster. Blockbuster. I think there is a, there's like the last running Blockbuster or something, and this is like a, it should be a, I got my stimulus money and my tax return at the same time, so I've been just buying a bunch of random stuff. Like the A&W things that came in the other day that I had no idea what they were. Like, I ordered so much stuff. But this is one, and it's like the last remaining running Blockbuster, I think, and it's some kind of documentary that was done about maybe like them or like, the video culture, rental culture, whatever, the rise and fall of Blockbuster, whatever. And they have a little store. I'll link it down below for you all so that you can go and maybe get your own copy of the movie, because I'm pretty sure that's what this is. Direct from Blockbuster, right? And like the proceeds, like it goes to help keep the store running and keep them open and whatever. And it sounds like it might have had a little accident on the way here, but that's as long as it works, that's fine. I might need the jaws of life to get this open. Hold on a minute. Oh, it's just going to tear right down the side for me, which is nice. Okay. Yes, from 9,000 locations down to just one. The last Blockbuster. It's got the little... So this sounded, fun, heartfelt, charming. I don't... oh, it's a Blu-ray DVD combo. So you can... It's both. I can't remember exactly if you can just get a DVD or if this is the only version that's available. I don't really remember. But yes, this is the story of the rise and fall of Blockbuster Video and how one small town store managed to outlast a corporate giant. So, yeah, because I don't really know the story of the store, but I guess once I watch this, I will know. So it just seemed like, like that's kind of, I kind of remember going to the video store, way back in the day. Like, still, did the Family Video close? Like, there's, we never had a Blockbuster. We were a small town. We had Aardvark Video here, in the Midwest. In Missouri at least. I don't know. I don't know, if how far-reaching Aardvark was. I know they were in a few of the smaller towns here, in the 80s and maybe early 90s. I don't know. We had here in the town I live in now, we did have a Family Video, but I want to say that it recently closed in the last, or it was going to close, or it's about to close, or something. So, just going through the aisles and aisles of movies as they show you here on the back, looking for usually the latest Puppet Master movie from Full Moon if I could find it. Or like renting games. I remember I made Mom's boyfriend, not necessarily mad, but we used to rent like the Nintendo games or whatever, and I rented one that was like a Mickey Mouse game or something, and he defeated it way too fast, and it didn't really get his money's worth out of it, I guess, because it was too easy. So he gave us money to go rent a game again, and he said something about like not like a Mickey Mouse game or something. I can't remember. But yes, I guess back in the day before Netflix and all that, when it would come directly to your home, to your face, you had to like actually physically leave the house to go find a movie. you know. And so, these were places where it's kind of like, oh, what movie are we going to rent today, blah blah blah, what movie are we going to get? Or for like your sleepovers or whatever, like, you might go to the Pizza Hut and play your little Pac-Man game, sit down there at each side of a little Pac-Man game, get your not red Solo cup, but your red cup. And you know it's a simpler time, I guess. I don't know. But so, like I said, Blockbuster is not necessarily ingrained in my childhood, but, the idea of, the whole rental store, and in whatever form, whatever name it took, that's definitely very ingrained in my childhood growing up in, the 80s and the 90s, before, all of that came to a crash, thanks to Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, and all that kind of stuff, So I don't know where the store is, or anything, but I guess I'll know when I when I watch the movie, because I thought that I heard that there was one left in not Arkansas, Alaska. I was thinking there was one left in Alaska, last I heard. I'm opening it, by the way. It's fresh, just so that I can look in and see. Oh, it's got the little clippy here that you have to open before you can. You have to open it before you can open it. It is the Blu-ray disc that's like that came loose. So warning, this video cassette will melt when left in the car or in the sun. I definitely remember that. I mean, it never happened to us, but like that was the way back in before DVD, VHS, back in the age of the dinosaur, like that was I was always terrified that would happen. Like we'd have a video melt in the car, and but we never did. We was good. New release one. Ooh, that almost sounded like it broke, but I don't think it did. The last Blockbuster, 50-cent charge if tape is not rewound. How much is a charge if I don't rewind the DVD? Nobody knows. It's $1 charge, bitch. If you can somehow make that happen, who knows? So yeah, I thought that I had one last point that I was going to make before I got done with this, but I will, like I said, I will link. I have to remember what the website was, but I will link it below if you're interested, because I think you can. Let me look it up right now before I lie to you. The last Blockbuster. That is the IMDb page. That is the Wikipedia page. Bend, Oregon. I guess that's what's Bend, Oregon. I'm not having much luck. I found the Twitter. Where's your website? I want to go to your website. Well, there's their Twitter. You can follow their Twitter. I'll follow your Twitter. I'll Twitter your Twitter. Twiddle your Twitter. Because I don't know if you can, should we keep the movie rental thing? Yeah, 85.6%. Nah, 14.4%. Holy shit, some middle schoolers are about to fight in the parking lot. Get down here quick. Colleen is gonna ref. I think I'm glad I followed their Twitter. I'll link that below too. There you go. When's the last time they April 23rd. Yesterday we celebrated Earth Day by not burning our trash in the alley. That's neat. I don't know. I thought there'd be like a link to their... Maybe this is it. Is this the link to their webpage? Nope, that's a story about them. I'm not having much luck. So just sit here and watch me fail I'll find it. So, I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, you can get yourself. I like to have physical copies. I'm just that kind of person, because it's like, what if they? There was another documentary that I think you can still get that one online though. The one about Showbiz Pizza, whatever that one was called. The I think it was named after the band, which I can't think of at the moment, of course. Um, but I think you can still get that one on like Rent It, VOD, or whatever, video on demand. But I got the physical copy just in case it for some reason gets taken off the internet or whatever. Like, I want to be sure. And now, I mean, the physical copies of it, because they sold out and apparently they're not making anymore. I mean, I think it's like it's going for a pretty penny on when I look it up on Amazon and eBay, but I shall never sell it. It is mine. It belongs to me. So I don't know where I'm going with this. I really don't. Apparently you can look up the last Blockbuster on Netflix. Is that the DVD version? You put them out of business, but you'll put their movie on your... This nostalgic documentary reveals the real story of Blockbuster's demise and how one last location in Oregon keeps the spirit of a bygone era alive. And it looks like it's streaming. You can stream it. So if you got Netflix, you can watch this. You don't necessarily have to, don't necessarily have to buy the physical copy, like me, even though I'm a diva and that's the way I like it. I don't know, they have a page somewhere where you can buy, let me look, last Blockbuster DVD. Let me try that, because I know how I'm doing it. Last Blockbuster movie special edition, $24.99. You can pay, that was the back of it, $24.99. That's what I paid for this. For a limited time, get the last Blockbuster DVD Blu-ray combo loaded with bonuses. So if you like bonuses, now that I finally found this, I will link it for you. You can get a postcard, you can get a movie poster, you can get a party game expansion pack, you can get a Blockbuster and Chilled t-shirt. Like, there's other stuff at this website for you to buy. And like I said, it goes to help whatever this last, and apparently Bend, Oregon. Everything, as far as I know, if you buy stuff from their store, it, helps keep them open. So, in this pandemic and whatnot, click here for recent announcements. In the age of Netflix and other digital streaming platforms, Harding credits her store's success to both local support and Ben's budding tourism industry. So you can get dress socks, you can get Blockbuster mask, you can get a tote bag, a long sleeve t-shirt. So you can come to the website. I'll link that and the Twitter below. Don't forget the Twitter. And then you can, come here, buy your own copy, buy yourself a sweatshirt, whatever, and so that you can wear those. I look forward to watching this, and because that was the same thing with like Showbiz Pizza. It was kind of ingrained in my childhood as well. I think the original location was Antioch, up in the city here in Missouri. I believe that was the first Showbiz Pizza location, and they tore it down. We were actually there the day after they closed, because we showed up for one of my niece's birthday parties, and there was a huge dumpster out front, in front of the door. I wish I remember who the guy was that was in there now, because it's kind of like, I was like, was it the guy from the documentary? Well, he wasn't involved anymore. That's part of what the documentary talks about. But yeah, we went in there, and like it was just kind of hits you in the heart, because it's like, I mean, they had closed the day before, and like none of the lights were on. It was all like none of the games were on. It was just like this empty void where there used to be so much life, and the guy, he was actually, really nice. He's like, sorry, girls, they've decided that they need to build a road through here, so, we had to close down. But he went behind the counter and he actually got a stuffed animal from, that you were supposed to, get with tickets by, one, however many, hundreds, thousands, millions of tickets you had to get these stuffed animals. But he just went behind the counter and grabbed, one stuffed animal each and gave it to both the girls. So that was pretty nice. But, it was just kind of, one of those things. It's kind of like, I remember being there, and like my sister actually had her birthday party there, so like all of these, old nostalgic kind of things with the well, like I said, not the Blockbuster, but the video rental industry, and of course it wasn't Showbiz Pizza anymore. It's the Mouse, Chuck E. Cheese. It was Chuck E. Cheese by then, but still, I remember. Memba when? Memba berries? That's from South Park. But anyway, I have Google searched and rambled on long enough. So this is, like I said, I will link below in case you're interested in checking this out. And it is on Netflix, apparently. Maybe Amazon Prime. I don't know. I don't want to do more Googling and waste more of your time. But if this is of interest to you, there's a couple different ways, obviously, that you can find it, So, anyway, I'm going to watch this eventually. Or never, as the case usually turns out to be. All of these movies that I buy and never watch. I did watch Freaky, and Hobbs wants me to do a video or a movie review of that, and maybe one of these days I might actually do that too. Maybe. But for now, I've got my copy of The Last Blockbuster. And if you want yours, I will link it below, or a mask, a frickin' t-shirt, socks, who cares, whatever. If you want to check out what's they got, and the website, I'll link that, and the Twitter about fighting children, apparently. Maybe I'll have to go to Bend, Oregon someday just to visit. Sean went to Portland. Him and Austin went to Portland for some reason. And usually, Sean's like my traveling buddy. Sean and Mara Lee, used to be Tiffany, but now she's a truck driver, so she isn't home very much. But since Sean's already been to Portland, I doubt we'll be over there anytime. Of course, I don't know how far Portland is from Bend, Oregon. I don't know. It's all the same location. Maybe someday. Maybe someday we'll get on our Salem trip. We were going to do the Salem trip. Visit like the Lizzie Borden house, either on the way or coming back from it. Maybe one of these days we'll go to the Villisca Axe Murder house. We've been talking about doing that too. We like our creepy destinations, I guess. Speaking of destinations, we are going on a short Mother's Day trip here in like a week. Is that next week? I don't know. Who knows? I don't even know what day it is. I don't know for sure that I will film every day, because I don't know if we're gonna. We're gonna do some casinos. The stuff in that area we've kind of already done. Like Mom and I have already done. My sister hasn't. Like the Harbor Village. Mom was talking about maybe going back there. Because my sister hasn't done anything around that area, so we might be spending a lot of time at the cabin. I don't know, but it does have like the oldest or the tallest dogwood tree or something. We got an Airbnb, and because apparently that's not illegal anymore. I don't know. At first, I thought Airbnb used to be this thing that was like under the table, like, hey, don't tell anybody you're staying here. Maybe that's, I guess, if you don't have, maybe that's people who are renting out their rental or whatever. Like, hey, don't tell anybody you're doing this. Like at the apartment that maybe we stayed at in Chicago. Sneak in the door. Wait for somebody to open it. Run in. It's very clandestine, very Alias. Felt like Sydney Bristow without all the fancy outfits. But So yeah, it's supposed to have like the tallest or the oldest. I'll figure it out by the time that we go, so that I can actually at least film that in the area and stuff. I don't know if I'll, because usually I know I do a daily thing where I do like a daily video. I don't even know if I'm gonna take my computer with me. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, because I don't really know if it's gonna be, I'll film something, and I may just slap it all together in one video for you. But anyway, apparently I hadn't rambled on long enough, because there I go. But anyway, yeah, I did the Kit Kat video earlier, if you want to check that out. And I'll link the Blockbuster Enos down all of there, in case you want to check it out. So, I got a bunch of bullshit coming up eventually, never, maybe, who knows. And I will see you for whatever bullshit I see ya.